You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy vault your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Do you see that thing above me?
It's this thing called the sun. I don't know what to do with it.
It's amazing. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I posted on Facebook a picture of last year and a picture of this year. And all I thought about was Washington State. And if that's what their world looks like, that gloomy gray, I feel like I know what it does to me. I couldn't imagine what it does to a whole population.
I am a child of the sun and the water, and I cannot live in gloom like that. It is. I looked at the forecast today and I looked at my husband and I was like, the top's coming off the juice. And he was like, all right. I was like, thanks. I need to absorb as much. I need to be solar powered today. I need to absorb as much of the sun as humanly possible over the next few days because Saturday it's supposed to rain. Yeah. So I need it. So speaking of Facebook, let's talk about some security things we've been seeing in any world, honestly. This morning I woke up and I had a friend request from my mom, which is always my favorite thing. And I was like, hey, you got hacked.
What'd you click on? What'd you
do? Did you take a test to see what type of potato you are or what Hogwarts house you'd be in? Don't do that. Don't do that. She's like, I swear I did nothing. And I helped her reset her password so early this morning. And I did a security checkup, and lo and behold, she didn't install any apps. She had no new friend requests. She didn't like or comment on anything. And I was like, all right, I give you this one. I give it to you this time, Doris, but next time.
Well, what was her password though? Because how long does it take to break a password?
I built this one. She has to text me every time she needs it. It's a good one. So we had to come up with another good one. But what we're seeing across the board, emails get hacked, Facebook get hacked, hackers change your password recovery email. They change your date of birth so that Facebook can't look at your license and validate things. And they wreak havoc on your world. And the pushback I got from an agent over this was, it is too difficult to deal with two-factor. And I said, okay, how fun is this trying to get everything back? Because at the end of the day, I don't work for Facebook or with Facebook. I don't have access to support channels for certain things. So I'm only going on the best of the knowledge. And they were like, this is awful. I said, okay, so what's more awful, having to put a code in or tap something on your device or computer or deal with this again? Because I'm pretty sure I can't get your stuff back. And we had to submit things to Facebook, or they're going to have to pay a company that deals with this over something as simple as not wanting to tap a code or get a password manager. So I use something called LastPass. And if anybody ever wants to know more about it, please reach out to me via email, Messenger, Facebook, however you know how to get a hold of me. Because there's always discounts, there's always different things. So what LastPass is, it's something you install on your phone and your computers, and it encrypts and changes your password whenever there's been a breach or a login that you don't recognize. The other thing it does is you can create users on it. So say you are leveraging someone, you can create a LastPass for them where they only see your username. They never see the password. It auto-fills for them. And there's a two-factor app in there that helps them with two-factor. Small fee, small setup, huge peace of mind if you have other people logging into your accounts. Yeah. I came from IT. And this year is the first year I've just let go and been like, you know what, forget it. Everything's going to be the same path. Like I've given up a little bit, and I need to stop that and go back to very big secure passwords, because now our agents' e-signatures softwares are being hacked and they don't have two-factor on any of that. So two-factor, it's an additional layer of security where you get a number or a code or you have to click a link to an email nobody else would have or be able to get to. It's a separate email from the one you use for work.
Yep.
And only when you authorize that does it allow access to whatever you're getting to. Is it a pain in the tuchus? Yeah, but is it worth the price of admission? Absolutely, because I can't get your Facebook back. It took me a year with someone and he ended up having to pay. We have to just jump through hoops.
Well, and let's just
It's
talk
awful.
about email. Like, it's been a while since I've heard this. However, I'm sure it still happens. There were people that would break into email and you wouldn't know it. What they would do is they would do a forward to a new email and keep the original email in the inbox. So you wouldn't even know it was happening.
Right.
And we do big money houses.
Yep.
So they would watch the email and they would get all the players of who's doing a transaction, the title company, the title attorney,
Yep.
the buyer agent, the seller agent.
Wiring instructions.
Right. And when they do it's just one little thing that's off in that email that people don't even realize. So if you're not savvy to pay attention, you don't even know. Like, I would have never in a million years thought to go look and see if my email's being forwarded if it didn't happen in my world.
Yep. And one of the things that you get when you sit with me, when you're one of the agents in our region, is I do like a full privacy checkup. Like I'm doing it today. And what's funny is I'm helping law enforcement people who have retired and become realtors. And sometimes they're the worst.
Yeah.
Because they're so sick of it, right? They're just so sick of it. But one of the things I do is I go in and I look at your filters. I look at your extensions in Chrome. I do a quick scan for any boogies on your computer before we get going. And then I check everything. Anybody can do it through your Google. If you just say, see my logged in devices. One day last week, I sat with someone and they had devices logged in Connecticut. They've never been to Connecticut, in New York, in Chicago. And we were able to log them out of those devices, change all their passwords and put 2-factor on. Yeah. But we've got to look at those things. I actually have a thing on my calendar. The first thing I do when I sit in my email every day is one, I check spam, I check filters, and I check extensions. It takes me 35 seconds.
Yep.
Right. Tick, 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 tick. And I just do a quick thing. And then I mark people as spammers if they are. And if not, I pull it out, because a lot of your stuff, agent, because they're so image heavy, end up in my spam.
Yeah. Yep.
So keep yourself safe. If you would like a security checkup, Tiffany knows how to do it. She doesn't want people to know how nerdy she is.
True.
She's very nerdy.
I was you before you were you.
I know. I know. You were on your own doing the tech stuff before there were formed groups of people in our organization to do it. You're an OG.
I am. All right, my friend, get some sun. I think I'm going to work outside a little bit today. It's going to be a beautiful
sunscreen.
Day. Yes.
Sunscreen.
No.
Sunscreen.
Yeah,
I have sunscreen. I have sunscreen on. As soon as I walked out, it sprayed and off I went.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.